All right, let's talk about one of our most popular series, and that is going beyond the basics of team building, beyond the basics to building a big business. So we've got a series, 4 tapes here, the intro and the 3 follow-up tapes. And once you master team management, you get people on board, you get them moving, you want to go big. You want to have success. You want to have good things happen to the people that are looking to you for leadership. And you're only known by the points you put on the board. And if you're putting points on the board, pretty soon you're going to get big. So the first, in the intro, we talk about getting your mind around the idea of building a big business. And we talk about, I bring in special guest Joe Tansey. He started in his business straight out of school. He's been doing it for about 10 years now, rising through the charts, and is closing in on $1 million a year income. So Joe is talking, and he's duplicated. He's built a lot of successful people underneath him. And we talk about attracting the right kind of people, getting them trained and developed. See, it's one thing to get great people. It's another thing to get them trained and developed. And then how do you keep them motivated without holding their hand? So we get into the intro and kind of give you a clue about what to look for as you get into the series. The first of the series is changing your vision. This is Team Management 1. Beyond the basics to a big business, changing your vision. It starts with, it's like building a skyscraper. It starts with what's down on paper. What do you plan to do? What is your focus? Because that's how you're going to organize your energy. That's going to be how you organize your schedules, your presentations, your energy, your resources. It's going to tell you what kind of people to get and how to develop them and what to talk to them about. It talks about, first of all, making sure you're able to clearly explain sales versus sales management. See, the key of all of these things is you're going to be doing the same things that most businesses do, but you're going to get to the top, to be the best. You do it a little bit cleaner, a little bit clearer, a little bit more efficiently, because it's not how complicated you can make it, it's how simple and to the point you can make it, because you're trying to duplicate yourself. You get big businesses built by getting people to come in and learn and be able to do what you can do. See, it goes beyond you to them. And really, you only have a big business built when it can run pretty much without you there. That's really the definition of a big business. And so to do that, you've got to be able to first start with the idea of sales versus sales management. Really, I love part 2. And in part 2, you start with you get into the vision, you talk to the mindset, because this is the first thing that you want to duplicate in their mind, but still making it simple and achievable. You want to get the big picture in their mind, but get it in a way where they still feel they can do it. One of the real problems people run into in bringing talented people in, a lot of times they get convinced you can do it. They can see for the track record of the company's successful. They don't see that they can do it. So you've got to have a way of presenting your vision and your mindset in a way that even new people who haven't yet built up their skill set and their confidence can see, I can do this, I can make it happen. So that's what we talk about there. And number 3, we kind of wrap it up and talk about once you've got people in your operation, they've developed, they've mastered it, they've got success, when do you start talking about expansion and talking to them about building their own teams? In other words, duplicating you. When do you start talking about that? When's too early? When's just right? And then when you start talking about it, what do you say to them? How do you get this idea of not only them participating in your expansion, but them leading their own expansion and having their own operation that they're in charge of and being able to do big things there? Another way of saying is you go from building a big business yourself to getting them in position where they can build a big business of their own. How do you go about that? All of this stuff is very simple once you have it clearly in your mind, and as long as you don't have to try and figure it out for yourself. And that's what these are all about, to take the confusion out of it, to make it clear, and to get you up and running and confident in this area as quickly as possible. Hope you enjoy this series and be interested in your feedback. Feel free to give your comments on all of these. If there's parts, additional things you think should be in there that would be helping others coming behind listening to these things, or things that you'd like to be added, we can always expand this series once we get enough questions to justify it. So hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think. That's the Beyond the Basics to a Big Business series. That's the overview.